Oh, just know it's not count 7 car lengths back.
Okay, that's good. And why is it important that we need to signal that far back?
Oh, to give everybody around me time to react.
That's good. What do you think the consequences might be?
And we're going to turn right.
So we're going to turn right. So tell me where you're going to signal here, Tony.
Oh, better now.
That's good. And just tell me why it's important that we need to be signalling. What would the consequences be of a late signal?
People behind me or ahead of me might not have time to react. There could be pedestrians just about to cross the road.
Yeah.
In this new road I turned into, and they wouldn't know I'm turning in there until the last second.
That's right. Look at these parked cars here as well, Tony. If we had a meeting situation, we had to go around one of these parked cars, would you signal?
No, I'd use my position.
That's very good. Also, would you signal to go back in?
And we're going to turn left.
So we're going to turn left here, please, Tony. So pop that signal on.
No, because I'm expected to go back in, am I? And it could be confusing to people, couldn't it?
That's right. Also, when might it be appropriate to actually use a later signal?
Oh yeah, that happened to me the other day. If I've got 2 roads close to each other, I'm taking the second one.
Yeah.
And turning right.
So we're going to turn right here, please, Tony. So that's good. Good distance back using the signal there. Just pop your signal back on there, Tony. Why do you think it's important that we need to keep the signal on there?
So everybody's got a chance to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think the consequences might be with if your signal had cancelled there and you hadn't put it back on?
There could be a pedestrian across to the side of the road and they might not know which way I'm turning and walking the way I'm turning.
Absolutely. And what about a vehicle behind you? What might he think you're doing?
Might get confused.
Yeah. So again, what would the consequences potentially be of that?
Well, you might have to brake late.
Yeah, he could also swerve around you as well, couldn't he?
Yeah.
So how do we know when our indicator's actually on?
Oh, I get that green arrow and that clicking sound, doesn't it?
That's good. That's good. Excellent.
And we're going to turn left.
So we're going to turn left here, please, Tony. And just remind me why it's important that we need to keep that signal on.
Oh, so people see it and have time to react to it.
That's good. So I'm happy that you understand you need to keep
And
your signal
I
on.
know it's on by the clicking sound and the green arrow flashing.
Green arrow. Fantastic. Well done. That's excellent. So I'm happy you know when your indicator's on and when you need to the distance you need to indicate. So we're going to go straight on at the mini roundabout here. So looking ahead on our road, so we're looking at areas that pedestrians can cross as well. So tell me, Tony, where can pedestrians cross the road here?
Anywhere.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how do we spot a pedestrian crossing? Can you tell me if there's a crossing coming up ahead?
Oh yeah, I see those leisure beacons.
That's it. So what's the first thing we need to do?
Check the mirror.
Okay, so check that mirror, Tony.
All right. Yeah.
Check the mirror, Tony.
All right. Yeah.
Why is it important we need to check that mirror?
Oh, the distance and speed of the vehicles behind me.
Okay, if you've got, so we're just going to deal with this crossing. Tell me where you're looking.
We're going to turn
crossing.
right.
So we're going to turn right here, please, Tony. So tell me
I'm
where
scanning both sides. Nobody's standing there.
if you have got a pedestrian stood at the curb, where would you stop where would you stop at the crossing?
Oh, the giveaway line.
Okay, so check your mirror now, Tony.
All right. Yeah.
Where are you looking on this
I'm scanning.
crossing here? That's good. On the approach to the crossing as well, actually let's have a look at these refuge areas. Are these crossings here, Tony?
No, they're a place where people can wait, aren't they?
Okay, would you wave them across?
No, you're silly.
Why is it important we don't wave people across?
Because they might get killed by that moped behind them, won't they?
Yeah. That's good, well done. So again, what's the first thing we need to do? As soon as we spot a crossing or as soon as we spot a pedestrian, so tell me if you see a crossing ahead, Tony.
Oh yeah.
So you check that mirror.
I'll check.
So we're going to check the mirror. Just tell me why it's important we need to check that mirror.
Oh, you're going to tell me, right? That's handy. Well, the examiner tell me on the test.
So no, tell me why it's important we need to check that mirror.
Oh, this is the speed of the vehicle behind me.
Okay. And what will you do if you've got a car close behind you, when you've checked that mirror, how will you deal with that on the approach to the crossing?
I could lift off the gas and maybe cover my brake just in case I have to stop you.
Very good. Okay, so we'll just practice that on the next couple of crossings that we come across here. So again, looking ahead here, where do you think pedestrians could cross here?
Oh, anywhere, that's safe haven.
Yeah, and just tell me why it's important that we don't wave them across.
Because they might get killed by another vehicle.
That's good. So, got a crossing ahead of us, so we check that mirror, Tony.
Oh, check that
mirror. And tell me where you're scanning, tell me where you're looking.
Oh, look at it. road signs.
That's good. When we're actually coming up to a crossing, how are we actually spotting? How are we actually spotting the crossing as well?
Oh, I spot them by the, I can see the lights or the Felicia beacons.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get a road sign.
Okay. What about sort of markings on the road? So check. So what are we going to do on the approach to this crossing here, Tony? That's good. Well done. So what about markings on the road that tells us there's a crossing as well? We've got any markings that would tell us it's a crossing?
I see these zig markings.
Okay. And what do the zigzag lines actually mean? What can't you do on zigzag lines?
Oh, I can't park or I can't overtake in it.
That's good, well done. So we go straight on the mini roundabout there. So again, tell me where we've got a crossing here. What are you going to do with your speed on the approach to this crossing here, Tony?
I'm not going to speed up.
Okay, why is it important we don't speed up?
Because somebody could come running out of that school.
That's very good. What do you think the consequences could be if we did increase our speed there?
Well, then if somebody did come running out of school and had to stop, I'm probably going to get hit by the car behind and he's going to push me onto the crossing.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn right here.
So we're going to turn right here, please, Tony.
And if you get me to find a safe and convenient and legal stopping place somewhere.
Okay. If you can find a safe, legal and convenient place to...
Scalp, it's called.
to pull over, please, Tony. That's excellent.
Breed. Right, so that was probably half the time what we'd done on the other one.
Yeah.
And how did it seem?
Miles better.
Yeah,
Just
of course
seemed
it
to
was,
flow.
yeah. Yeah? Two
Stupid,
subjects.
It's
Yeah?
stupid, isn't it?
Yeah?
I mean, it's... Yeah. I think where I was going wrong there was... I wasn't being proactive, but B, I wasn't... I knew there was two subjects to do, but I was kind of just dealing with one. But actually, they flow into the two anyway, so it's not as bad as.
Well, yeah, I mean,
made out.
I mean, they're both important, and obviously you've got to keep an eye on both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you jump straight in with the signals there, and if you'd have probably done that when there was no crossings in the earlier stage, then I probably would have backed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've done it on the first one, and I thought, well, he hasn't noticed that one, so I've done it on the second one, you'd notice that one. I've done it on the third one, and the snowball after that, yeah?
Absolutely.
And you just got to be careful it doesn't snowball to the extent that you're left dealing with the last one just before you turn back into the test center.
Yeah.
It's probably too late then, isn't it? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not going to be a chase around the car park, it's going to be...
No, reboot your test.
Yeah. Yeah, you handle that a lot better. Yeah, you got them in all the questions about the crossings. Yeah, I don't know why everybody seems to forget about ask questions about the zigzags, yeah? But you have to listen to the lifelines. They don't say things unnecessary, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, on that first attempt where we had the old man, it was a perfect opportunity for me to give you a lifeline there. He was actually crossing within the zigzags, yeah? And, I checked my mirror, there was nobody behind me, and I made a big thing about slowing down there. You go, don't stop there, yeah? And even then it didn't hit you, did it?
No, it didn't.
I haven't mentioned the zigzags to him, have I? Even though I said, oh, he's crossing within them lines, isn't he? Yeah?
Yeah, no, just no.
But obviously you got inside my head with everything there about the beckoning, how to identify, speed and approach, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it just, when it flows, doesn't it? When it doesn't, it just falls to bloody pieces so quickly.
Yeah, and, you're being proactive. It's not going to stop every mistake happening, yeah?
No.
They are going to get a mistake in. And because obviously they want to see how you do with an error, yeah? But they know you're being proactive.
Yeah.
And they know they're being naughty by sticking a mistake in, yeah? But obviously they have to be, and they have to get it in to make sure that you can deal with it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, would they at the end of the test know that you were being proactive with the whole thing? Of course they would, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to hold against you the fact that they got the error in because they've had plenty of good proactive Q&A to stop most of the problems happening. But
Yeah.
it's not going to stop all of them. They are going to try and get a few mistakes in.
Yeah.
But on the first one, you would have been. If I had it finished 10 minutes earlier.
Which you would have done because it's 40 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, you would have been taking it again, I'm afraid, because you didn't deal with both subjects, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you worked very hard on the pedestrian crossings, but the signals just weren't dealt with until they'd gone well over 35 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't even register.
Yeah?
No, well, it won't happen again.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, Andy, is, you know, we don't do this. I mean, I have actually seen, you know, I've sat in the back so many times, this subject comes up so many times.
Yeah.
And I've sat in the back so many times, and you can see that the concentration is solely on the crossings, and I've actually seen the SE turning right, turning left without a signal on at all.
Bloody hell.
And it's not even mentioned. You know, so it's very important for the off that you realise that there is two subjects to cover there, yeah? At the very start of take number 1, which is about an hour and a half ago now, probably, you were going to go into I thought you were going to get the highway code out and ask me every question in the highway code, yeah?
I was trying to get a little bit inside. I could have done most of that on the move, I realise that now. But I was trying to get a couple of things in where maybe I was trying to remind myself, I don't know. But no, there wasn't really any.
Yeah, and it is to remind yourself, because any answers I give you when I'm parked with the engine switched off is a bit like a briefing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's all forgotten anyway.
Yeah, as soon as I move off, it's forgotten, yeah? You know, so is it worth asking me so many questions?
No.
Yeah,
probably not.
A couple of questions maybe on each of the subjects we're covering, and then away we go, yeah?
Yeah.
Because as soon as I start that engine, those answers I gave you are a distant memory, yeah?
Yeah.
And they should be a distant memory to you as well.
Everything was a distant memory as soon as you started that engine.
There is some occasions where a question just before they pull away is good, if it's on the road ahead and it relates to the subject you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, i.e., if we were doing crossings and just as we pull away, there's going to be a crossing ahead.
Yeah.
Then obviously it would be a good question, because you're going to relate it directly to something that we're going to be doing straight away, yeah?
Yeah.
But you can ask me all them questions in the book, and that's why I gave you a push at the beginning and said, oh, you know, I got 100% on my theory, yeah? Because I felt you were going to ask me every question on zebra crossings and pedestrian crossings that you could think of, and we would have just sat there for ages, and that would have given us less time to practice. So I won't catch you on that one again, will I?
You won't catch me out on that one again.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.